we just came back to Chicago again, start back again. But the people, his friends, they start making so many phone calls.
I liked the way they greeted me back. They were like, "Hey, boxer, what's up?"
And the people call him, and I tell him, you know what, you got to do something. I know you want to be somebody, in this life, and you want to do it. But you got a lot of people outside, they don't want you to be a man, somebody in this life. They want on their side.
And everybody was looking at me like, damn, look at folks just got out of Stateville and he's rough, I was like, man, these guys don't know. I ain't rough at all, just because I got out of jail, So I started seeing what these guys were like really looking at. They're looking up at somebody who really doesn't know what is his real reason to be in earth at all. I mean, I felt very confused.
And I say, what you want me to do? I say, what I can do, I got a family in Austin, Texas. I got family in California, in Arizona, and Vegas. You want me to make a phone call? And then he say, okay, Texas, I like Texas.
I realized that I had a future, that I had something that I wanted to fight for.
I've got primarily white-collar, blue-collar workers and students that come in. I do have some instructors here, but most people have no intentions of fighting that come in here. They just want to learn the skills, and they want to go through the boxing workout. They want to do everything except get their nose broke. So that works out okay. We can accommodate them on that. And if they want to get their nose broke, we can do that too.
Immediately when I got to Austin, I wanted to look for a boxing gym.
And he came in and walked in and just checked out the gym and told me, he was right up front about it too, that he'd gotten into some legal trouble and he had served some time, but that he was clean and he was trying to rectify his life and trying to start all over, and wanted me just to give him a chance.
He was 160 pounds or something. He was fat. He was smoking. He liked to go out,
But I could see that he had immense amount of talent, and he worked the heavy bag very beautifully. I mean, very artistic. We fought a couple of amateur fights. He got his condition. He got his weight down to 140.
And then he said, you know what, I signed a contract already to fight pro.
Lewis Wood, he had come out of the Olympic trials with the last defeat he had was against Oscar de la Hoya in a split decision. And they looked to get an opponent in Jesus Chavez. They had not heard of him. They did not know who he was. He had never had a pro fight.
I said to myself, I can't lose this fight. I just can't lose this fight. My family came all the way down from Chicago to see me fight and do good.
Lewis is a left-handed fighter, and that usually throws fighters off. Jesus didn't even realize he was fighting a left-handed fighter until after the first round. He came, that guy's left, something's different here, and figured out, oh yeah, he's left-handed. And then Jesus, which I've never seen him do before until that night, he switched over left-handed.
And I think that was what determined the fight. Richard asked if I wanted to move in the gym. At first I thought about it. I was like, I don't know if I want to live in the gym, but I moved in the gym anyway.
He was living out on the east side with his family, but it's crowded conditions, and he came over here and just moved back into the back of the gym. I have a little room that we fixed up for him. It's very Spartan-like here. So if it's 100 degrees outside, it's about 105 inside. We go outside to cool off on those 100+ degrees.
and that was when I spent about pretty close to 2 years just training really hard, really hard, and that's when my boxing career just jetted out. You know, just from waking up in the morning and running and sleeping in the gym, I ate, breathe, and sleep boxing. Actually, the thought of being a professional at anything, it sounded great to me. If he'd told me that I was gonna be a professional painter and paint his whole house for free, I would have probably done it.
Toe-to-toe, Abel, toe-to-toe.
Toe-to-toe action. Salinas definitely showing the heart. Chavez definitely showing the power. Salinas is a slick boxer, but just can't take the overwhelming power of Chavez. The crowd's going crazy right now.
What a card. What a fight. What a matchup. Boxing is back in Austin, folks. If you didn't know it, you do now.
His record is now 11-1.
And the winner by unanimous decision, Jesus El Matador Chavez.
You should give us a little dance, Jesus.
Some who?
Give us a little dance, man.
Nah, I can't do that.
Can't do that,
Record that later.
If you are determined enough, you can make it into the U.S. But staying in the U.S., that's not as easy as it used to be. Deportations are up. According to the Immigration and Naturalization Service, this year, 67,000 illegal immigrants were sent back home. That's up a third over the number deported last year.
Every 3 years, enough illegal aliens enter the country permanently to populate a city the size of Boston or Dallas or San Francisco. Classrooms bulge, welfare jumps, the crime rate soars.
While we still have much to do, we have set new, higher standards and ambitious goals, and we are fully committed